everyone, it's Dave the Kayaker back with you today with a fresh review of a very old boat, the Westside Boat Shop XR5 Wildwater boat. So I'm the owner of Westside Boat Shop, and no, I'm still not used to saying that, and no, it still hasn't quite sunk in yet, but I bought that business from Doug Bushnell at the end of July. So I'm trying to get my hands on as many Westside boats as I possibly can so I can test paddle them all and have them as demo boats. This was Doug's actual personal Wildwater boat, and I forget sometimes that not everybody who watches these videos is a kayaker. So for those who might not know, half the time when you say a Wildwater kayak, people think you said whitewater. Whitewater boats are kind of wide-ish, and they're made for, you know, getting into whitewater, playing, and, you know, being relatively stable. Now, Wildwater boats are built to be long and narrow to be fast, because people race these through class 3, class 4 rapids. So they're for wildwater downriver racing, not for playing and catching eddies and things like that. These are pure out racing down roaring rivers, and it's a sport. It's big in Europe, not so well known here in the United States, but these Wildwater boats are a lot of fun. And if you've ever thought of getting into maybe performance kayaks or you know, just flat water sprint training, Wildwater boats are actually a pretty good place to start to work on your stability and your balance. My career with these things started about 15 years ago when I bought the Cobra Viper kayak. That's a Wildwater design, designed in New Zealand for the coast-to-coast race. It's plastic, it was long, it had the wings, but that was the boat that really taught me balance, that unlocked the whole sport to me of performance kayaking. Without learning in that Wildwater boat, I never would have gotten into the advanced racing kayaks and surf skis. So these Wildwater boats are a great place to start, and Wildwater itself is a great sport you should learn more about. Okay, so we're in the boat, and you'll notice very low initial stability. It just kind of wants to flip. An average kayaker, or civilian as I like to say, would find this an extremely tippy boat. The secret is, that's what gives a boat speed. Narrow, skinny boats are in general faster, but you get it to here, and that's where all that volume kicks in, and that's where the stability is. And the idea is, when you're blasting through white water, that's going to give you the stability you need. The above water bolt design, that's where the wideness is, that's where the stability is. Otherwise, it's a very narrow, skinny hull in the water to go fast most of the time. It's an incredibly fast boat, and for a Wildwater boat, it's pretty darn stable. So check out the XR5 Wildwater boat, available from Westside Boat Shop. I would love to build one for you. All right, so what you'll notice about this boat is just how narrow it is for something that you would put in whitewater. It's a really unique shape, as are all these Wildwater boats. Very long and narrow. This is 14 feet 9 inches long, 23 5/8 inches wide at its widest point. And you see here that wing behind the cockpit. That gives you stability when you're hitting rough water. The waves right up in there, and the boat gets wider above the waterline. That's what gives you stability in the whitewater. These are made for downriver racing. Now, this XR5 is actually Doug Bushnell's personal boat. He was going to toss it into the dumpster because the hull of it is really shot. It's got to be 40 years old. Doug said he's paddled over 30,000 miles in this thing. But I said, Doug, let me have it, let me have it. At the very least, I'll get a boat review out of it. And I'll show you, the viewers, a little bit about what we have to offer here in the United States in terms of a Wildwater boat. This is originally designed by a guy by the name of William Nutt, and I've heard him referred to online by guys who knew him as Billy Nutt. And I think Doug then took his design and put a little bit more rocker into it and came out with this XR5. Let's flip it over. The hull is beat, but it'll give you an idea of what these boats look like. All right, so there's the hull, and you see it's a rounded hull, and it widens out at the cockpit area, and then you see those wings there. Yeah, this boat, I truly believe it has 30,000 miles on it. But I'm going to be able to jump into it and give it a test paddle, show you the stability. Now, this is one of the few boat reviews I've done where I've actually cheated on you. I took this out the other day and paddled it for 7 miles. I thought I would get video that day, but due to circumstances at the boat ramp, I couldn't do it. And tonight you might hear a weed whacker in the background, so I think, you know, the kayaking gods are just cursing me this week trying to get good video done. So there you have it. Come check out Westside Boat Shop kayaks. You'll find them now at davethekayaker.com. Until next time, be safe, love this sport, take what it has to give you, and pay it forward.
Westside Boat Shop Kayaks. The tradition continues.